Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening and welcome to our huge bill of boxing brought to you by Mrs. Sutherland for Western Boxing. First boxer now to make his way to the red corner from Colombia, Fernando Mosquero.
Well, it's a good evening here from Telford, ahead of a huge night of European boxing live in the UK and free on Channel 5 tonight. About to get underway with our first bout of the evening. Fernando Mosquero walking to the ring now. It's a super welterweight clash. Elliot Whale, 8-0, will be the opponent tonight. He'll be stepping into the ring momentarily.
And now to make his way to the blue corner from Sidcup, Kent, Elliot Whale.
Elliot Whale making his way to the ring to kick off tonight's action. It's a huge night of action here in Telford, topped by German, prospect is the wrong word, German talent, Abass Baraou against well-known and well-supported Sam Eggington. We get our action underway. First of all, it's Whale season as Elliot Whale makes his way to the ring. Super welterweight contest, 6th round against Fernando Mosquera, Colombian, who's over here to upset the Whale season party.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go then with bout number 1 of our evening. This is a 6th round contest. Timekeeper ringside is Martin Fallon of Wolverhampton. Upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this bout is Peter McCormack of Birmingham. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing white and red, scaling at an even 152 pounds. He has 6 big wins, including 3 going inside the scheduled distance. Now boxing out of Valencia, Spain, via way of his native Colombia, introducing Fernando Mosquera. And across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing grey trim with maroon. He's scaled at the weigh-in at an even 149 pounds. 8 big wins, including 4 going inside the scheduled distance. He boxes out of Sidcup, Kent, introducing Elliot Whale. Referee Peter McCormack will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Keep it clean, boys, obey my instructions all the time. If I ask you to break, stop boxing and take a step back. Most important, protect yourself all the time. Just touch good.
And here we go, first bout of the evening. Elliot Whale, Fernando Mosquera, Sidcup, England, all the way from Colombia by way of Spain is Mosquera. Super welterweight clash here in Telford, kicking off a huge night of European action.
For the first round.
Live around the world on DAZN and in the UK on Channel 5. Elliot Whale straight away stepping forward in that southpaw stance, coming forward, going straight to the body early on, downstairs, upstairs. And the action is well and truly underway. What a card we've got tonight. Gully Power, Casey Benjamin and Nick Leahy start the action for us today as Elliot Whale lands the first cross left of the evening before Wasserman prospects Tom Welland and Sultan Zauerbeck announced today as a new long-term signing before Matty Harris makes his return to the ring. And a huge night of action to top the bill from Channel 5, of course topped by Abass Baraou and Sam Eggington. We're underway though here. All the way from Sidcup, he's bossing the opening round. He's clear size advantage for Elliot Whale, just letting his man know that he's here and he's taking this first round. Boxing out the southpaw stance, lands a good double jab just to push Mosquera back to the ropes. Elliot Whale happy just to command the middle of the ring, pick his punches, take his time, not rushing anything in this early round. He's kicking the night off here. He's 8-0 is Elliot Wales. So he's in a good stage of his career to start making some statements. He does have a 50% knockout ratio. 4 of his first 8 fights have gone within the distance. We're speaking to Elliot before the action tonight. He's moved up the country from London up to Birmingham. Straight away lands a good cross left there and snaps the head back of Mosquera, who's in a little bit of trouble here in the left corner. He's got to try and push his way out of this, but Elliot Whale happy to show some power here. For a moment, looked like he might have had Mosquera in a bit of trouble. Again, snaps the head back, lands good combinations. Strong power. This is front foot boxing from Elliot Whale. And it'd be interesting to see here whether he gives his man a moment's rest, which he doesn't. Straight away landing back in. They come to this neutral corner in front of us. Downstairs and upstairs from Elliot Whale. Attacking the body, then going up top. It's a good performance in this first round from Elliot Whale. It can be a little off-putting sometimes if you're the first bout of the night. The venue, the arena's not quite warmed up yet, but Elliot Whale's not letting that play in his mind at all. Round 1 underway. And round 1, he's cooking straight away. Another good straight left lands there for Elliot Whale. Mosquera is just having to tuck up and try and find ways out of trouble straight away from the first round. Good high tempo start from Elliot Whale, although it's a good uppercut landed on the inside from Mosquera, who's got to try and find some form of range and safety in this fight, the Colombian, via way of Spain. Mosquera, 6 wins, 15 losses in his career. Becoming a little bit of a regular in the UK is Fernando Mosquera. As that first round comes to an end, a little bit of a regular in the UK, the Colombian, having recently fought in Oldham, in York Hall, in Aberdeen, and now stepping onto the stage here in Telford ahead of a huge night here on Channel 5 and The Zone. Speaking about Wasserman prospects, Dan Toward takes to the ring later on. 10-time national champion Dan Toward, looking to build on that fantastic record in the pros. He's gone 2-0 so far. His first, a sensational, sizzling win at it was in Bolton. He said your call. It was in Bolton. A terrific first win for him there. And then the second one, he had to go the distance, but he put on an absolute clinic, Dan Toward. And you speak to anyone at Wasserman Boxing or from his management team and his camp, recently signed up with Dave Caldwell. They all predict big things for him in the next few fights as well. They're not looking to
Corners, 10 seconds.
To lengthen the welcome to professional ranks out. They want to get him in the big fight straight away.
Round 2.
He's against Frank Madsen tonight. First off, we are in bout number 1. Round number 2 as Elliot Whale straight away picks up where he left off, pushing his man back to that red corner. A little bit more about Mosquera this time though, as he's stepping forward, not letting his man push him back. And that'll be the cardio test coming through there. He's got to burn a little bit more energy now, Mosquera, to try and push Elliot Whale back, and he's tried to do that. Just giving Elliot Whale a little bit more to think about. He's done well in doing so. But Elliot Whale looking to command that front foot straight away. He's taking breathers in the middle of the ring, Elliot. Sign of a pressure fighter, that pushing his man back against the ropes. And then when he just takes a second to catch his breath, saying, you come to me. Lands a good left there, Elliot Whale. He pressures again, once to the body, then up through the guard. He's trying to find ways around that high guard from Mosquera, who's trying to dip his head down and keep his hands up around that head while the elbow's tucked in, but gaps are starting to appear. He's attacking the ribs and then going up to the top as Mosquera's tried to say that was to the back of the head. I'm not sure. Deliberate attempt to the back of the head. When you're the shorter fighter, dipping your head down and lowering your hands to protect your body, you're going to feel those. This good, strong movement at the start of the night, though. Elliot Whale once again tagging body head. If the round continues like this, should be 2-0, and certainly in round scores. Bit of a wild swing from Mosquera, goes over the top. Nice roll from Elliot Whale. It's a difficult one to roll when you're the taller fighter to roll, but he's done well there, getting under a hook and then able to throw a counter, albeit a little bit of a wild one from Fernando Mosquera, the Colombian. Good 1-2 straight down the pipe there from Elliot Whale to follow up. These are landing really nicely, and you can see Mosquera having to move his hands from around his face to tucking the elbows in around the ribs, and inevitably gaps opening up, and Elliot Whale just allowed to tee off a little bit here. We'll be saying, as Elliot Whale lands another 3-4 combination, we'll be saying shortly we're going to be joined by Horrible, Harry Scarf, joining us on co-coms tonight. He's on his way into the arena as we speak. But Elliot Whale now teeing off a little bit on Mosquera. Mosquera's got to start throwing back. The ref's going to take a long look at this. He's backed his man back up. Elliot Whale, could he be looking for the stoppage when he's throwing those bombs away? Ref taking a good hard look. Mosquera trying to cling on. He's done a good job of pinning that right arm there of Elliot Whale, but as brief as the break was, Whale straight back onto the front foot. Ties up, attempts to tie up, but Whale tees off a good. Can Mosquera see the round out? Once again, these punches landing at will from Elliot Whale. Straight down the middle, uppercut through the guard. But the referee is going to stop that right on the bell of the second. Mosquera can protest his innocence. It's not going to go anywhere. It's a good finish from Elliot Whale, who was just able to tee off. But the referee was very quick to wave that off. As soon as the bell went, Mosquera was taking shots downstairs, upstairs, through the pipe, uppercuts, body shots, and the referee will do his post-fight checks. Now Elliot Whale will go and celebrate with his team, and it's a good win from Elliot Whale as he now moves up to past the 50% mark for knockout ratio. He was 8-4 before tonight, now goes to 9-5. It's a good finish by Elliot Whale, and he'll take that because the start of the night, as we said earlier, being the first fight of the night, a little bit of pressure on you there to warm the night up, get it off to a good start, and he's done just that. Strong 2 rounds in the can for Elliot Whale. We might see that as just a good bit of sparring if we're honest, but he goes over to pay a bit of respect to his opponent tonight, who came out that second round to try and push his man back a little bit. First round was not a good round for Mosquera, but the second round he tried to come out a little bit and tried to go on the offensive just to push his man back and try and find an angle there. But Elliot, nothing he hadn't seen before, was able to exploit the gaps opened up as his man went on the offensive, and it's an early night.
All right, Trace.
Coming up next on the card, before we get the official announcement of this, coming up next on the card, Gully Power takes to the ring, 7-0 from Wolverhampton super featherweight contest against the Belgian Angelo Turco, who was fought Kurt Walker last time out. Callum French will come to that one in a moment because we've got business to attend to here as Paul Booth gets us ready to announce that official winning card.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Martin Fallon records 3 minutes of round number 2, the official end of this contest. Referee Peter McCormack has stopped the bout. In his professional opinion, Mosquera is in no position to continue. The official decision is a TKO. He entered the ring with a perfect professional fight record. He leaves with a perfect fight record from Sidcup, Kent, Elliot Whale.
It's a good win for Elliot Whale. He'll take that with both hands. A good 2-round performance right on the bell at the end of the second round. The referee waved that off, but it's a great win for Elliot Whale. He'll take that as he now moves to 9-0 with 5 knockouts. Good strong win in his last fight. Elliot fought Darren Tetley. He's also fought Jamie Stewart, good journeyman on the scene. But tonight he came up against Fernando Mosquera, well-travelled Colombian coming via way of Spain. Getting used to fighting in the UK was Mosquera, but wasn't to be for him tonight. Commanding first round, and whereas Mosquera showed a little bit more intent in that second round, there was still nothing going. So let's have a look down the rest of the card as we await Gully Power and Angelo Turco. Casey Benjamin will be the fight after that, and Nick Leahy from Evesham makes his debut at the welterweight division, looking to stamp his authority on the scene. And as we kick proceedings off live on DAZN in the UK and around the world tonight, Tom Welland, the Philippine superstar in the making, goes for his third professional fight. We've seen the very, very best of Tom already, so it seems, in ringing endorsements from Manny Pacquiao, no less. Throwing his support behind what looks to be one of the most exciting young prospects in the UK. Kicked his career off with a knockout win on the same card as Dan Toward, as we were speaking about before, in Bolton, and then following it up in Sunderland with what could only be described as a fearsome bloodbath last time out for Tom Welland. Wanted to get the stoppage win, wasn't pulled off. Delighted to say taking his seat to my right is horrible, hopefully not so horrible tonight, Harry Scarf. Harry, good evening. Welcome to Wasserman Boxing. Welcome to a big night of action here in Telford. First of all, how are we, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, no, looking forward to the show tonight. So good to get down to the show.
We've got a couple of minutes before the next ring walk. We've actually got a few minutes, 4 minutes to be precise, as I'm told by the floor. Tell me about your news, because we saw that come out. Purse bids have been won, fights are happening. Talk to me a little bit about where we are at the moment.
Yeah, so Wasserman won the purse bids for my final eliminator for the IBF welterweight title. So I'm really excited with that, and hopefully we'll have an announcement sort of imminently, and yeah, can get the date locked in, and just training hard now, waiting on that date, and then yeah, it's exciting news, really exciting.
They're the kind of fights I assume that you sort of dream of when you're coming through. It's the necessary fights to those. I mean, you look at the top of those world rankings, dominated by the Americans, of course, at the moment. They're the fights you want to go and get, but to get there, you've got to get through tests like this man in front of you, and you think, what a challenge! This is where I can prove who I really am, right?
Yeah, exactly. These are the type of fights when you set off, you start out in boxing. These are the type of fights you dream about. You know, firstly, in my last fight, winning the British, that was something that always dreamt of winning, and then for this to happen straight away, I know Echo had a good IBF ranking, so I've nicked that and took the shot here. So you know, I can't wait really, and you know, good fight here with the Ukrainian Karen, but that's it. We'll do a job on him, and then that's it. I'm #1 in the world. So yeah, like you said, it's you know, yeah, perfect really.
Karen Chukadzian is of course the man that we're speaking about, but let's just have a quick chat about that Echo fight, the one before it. I mean, like you say you've nicked his place. I think maybe do yourself down a little bit of a disservice there. You've earned that spot. You know, this is the way sport works. You know, you step in and you challenge for those spots. You stepped in, you challenged, and you earned that. That was his first loss, and it was one that you've really earned. It must have been a great feeling.
Oh yeah, great feeling. You know, it's a fight. I've said it before. Like, I've been a bit of an unavoided fighter. I've won the English title at super welter and then at welterweight, and then had to wait for my mandatory position for the British title shot. Eventually got that, and yeah, took it. So beat a good champion in Echo, and you know, that's put me in the position I'm in now. So I'm looking forward to my next fights as well. And I've said before, I think the Echo fight was good, but the last fight I had before that was Jordan Dujon, and that was really a run-out kind of fight. So Echo was my first really competitive fight in quite a long time.
Yeah.
And a 12-round fight at that. So I think I'll only be better next time. So I'm looking forward to showing that.
Jordan's name is a name that will come up a couple of times tonight. He's sparred a few of the guys on the card. Of course, you have history with him. But just focusing on your path for a moment, you look at the names that you could be able to face should you get the win against Karen Chukadzian. Do you allow yourself to dream? Do you allow yourself to look at that and think, could be an Ennis, could be a could be a Spence, or do you think one step at a time, don't get distracted?
Yeah, I think you always see what's, you know, just in reach, if you like, with a fight like this. But yeah, fully focused on Karen. But you know, I will dream as well, and I intend to do a job on Karen and then move on and get these opportunities, like you said, and dream for the big fights against the big American names like you just said. But yeah, it's within touching distance now, so I'm not going to let it slip up.
Before we hit the next ring walk, which we're a minute or so away from, just have a quick chat about the main event tonight. Abass, Baraou, Sam Eggington. Sam Eggington, of course, really well known on these shorts. The guy brings it every single time, but Abass, one of the slickest operators certainly I've seen in recent years. What a fight we've got. Yeah, what a fight. I mean, Sam Eggington's been around for a long time, and I remember stablemate Dave Ryan, sort of, he was his, you know, as I was coming through, he fought Sam Eggington in a Midlands area title fight in Birmingham, and that was a real war as well. And we've seen Eggington have many wars over the years, but I think it's a very good fight. It's a pick 'em fight for me. I think Eggington could well have more of a chance than I think some people are giving him, you know, in this fight. And I pick Eggington to win this one tonight, to be fair. Picking Eggington to win. Listen, the Ladbrokes, who of course power these events, they have it as a 50-50 fight, and you say that to both fighters and they kind of raise their eyebrows a little bit, like, really? I kind of think it's 60-40 in my favour. I guess that's the confidence they have to have as a fighter, but at the same time I can't pick it. So maybe it is 50-50. It's one of those that it's just enthralling viewing. Yeah, no, it is enthralling viewing, you know, as well. You've got it's Boxer versus Eggington's pressure as well in that fight, you know, and like you said, enthralling viewing. Yeah, it's a 50-50, but I'm just edging Eggington. Edging towards Sam Eggington. Well, it could be Sam's night tonight as he goes on for the EBU European Super Welterweight title. It could be European glory for Sam. Then again, Abass Baraou is the man to try and take that away from him. Just before we move on to the second fight, which I think we are literally moments away from, Gully Power steps in next. Midlands-based fighter. Are you aware of Gully? Do you know much about Gully Power?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Gully. I know he was just nominated for Prospect of the Year actually at the Midlands Area Awards, so I've seen that. So yeah, no, I've seen a little bit. He looks a good lad, so looking forward to this. Yeah.
Well, we're just about to see Gully Power step to the ring. Paul Booth is in the middle of the ring, and as soon as he gives me the thumbs up, that ring walk will be taking place.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for round number 2 on our card this evening. This is a scheduled 6-round contest. Firstly, to make his way to the red corner, from Belgium, Angelo Turco.
Say, Harry, geography is not my strong point, but of all the Midlands-based fighters tonight, Wolverhampton I think is the closest to Telford, Birmingham a little bit further afield. Gully Power, he'll want to put on a good display this close to home.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big opportunity, you know, close to home on a big show like this. So yeah, you'll be looking to put on a good display here, definitely. 7-0, so he'll be looking for a good display and then probably, you know, challenge for some sort of title in the couple of fights.
Well, he's making his way to the ring now. Gully looks calm as he has done all week. Had a quick chat with him in the dressing room before we came out tonight, and his coach was saying, look, my guys, they like to do their talking in the ring. I've got to be honest, as a promoter of fighting, I don't like that. I like it when they give a little bit, but at this stage of the career, it's not about that. It's about these learning fights. It's about what they can do, showing what they can do, and taking hold of every opportunity that comes their way, like tonight now. Paul Booth is about to talk us through what we have here, and then we'll see this action unfold.
Mr. Sutherland for Muslim Boxing, helping the officials round contest. Thank you for inside is Martin Fallon of Wolverhampton. Scoring referee in charge of the contest is Peter McCormack of Birmingham. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing black this evening on the scales of 134 pounds even. 8 victories, including 3 going inside the scheduled distance. He boxes out of Baraou, Belgium, introducing Angelo Turco. And standing across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, scaling at the weigh-in at an even 129 pounds, wearing white, trimmed with gold and grey. His fight record is perfect. 7 visits to the ring, 7 victories, including 1 going inside the distance. He boxes out of Wolverhampton, introducing the undefeated Gully Final instructions now from our referee, Peter McCormack.
Referee's instructions done, fighters go back to their respective corners, and we said earlier on, Fernando Mosquera, the away fighter in the first fight, he's getting used to fighting in the UK. Angelo Turco from Belgium, maybe not quite as much, although he has fought on some big cards over here. He fought on the Josh Warrington, Kiko Martinez card last year. He lost to Callum French that night. He also lost on points to Kurt Walker last time out. So he does know these shores, if not as well maybe as Fernando Mosquera. Tonight he's got the test of Gully Power in front of him. Gully Power won bronze with England boxing in December 21, and it's a good start from Gully Power, just letting his man know, although he's firing back the Belgian, Gully Power's just letting him know he's there right from the off. There's no breathers in this one. It's a super featherweight clash. You wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking to impose himself, Gully Power, straight away. You know, hands look nice and tight. Looks like he's trying to impose himself, looking to dig to the body straight away as well. So, yeah, looking to, you can see he's had to make a statement looking at this.
What's it like, Harry, when you're the young fighter coming up and you're in your hometown? It's not your show, but it's as close to your hometown as you're going to get. It's you know, it's a big card. It's a lot of press build up in the weeks leading up to this fight, and now you're finally there. You want to put on that kind of show, but at the same time, you do have to be wary of the guy in front of you. It's not all. He's not going to let you have it all your own way. What does that do to you as a fighter? How do you react to it?
Yeah, I think you've just got to manage it. You know, you'll be keen to impress, and keen to, you know, a real statement performance. But like you said, you're not in with someone who's going to roll over. You know, you've got to have a look at your opponent. You know, take your time and not try and force anything. I think in boxing, when people try and force it, you know, half the time it doesn't happen, and you make yourself look untidy.
Well, he's a young man himself, Angelo Turco, so he won't want his career written off just yet. And this is a good opportunity for him. Should he walk away with the win tonight against Gully Power, it's a good name to have on the record. Listen, it's a losing record, so it's going to be a learning fight in many ways. But at the same time, as you say, that doesn't just mean he's here to roll over. The point of these fights is to test your man, see where he's at, see where he can go. And listen, if you can get the stoppage, we've already had one stoppage tonight. If we can get another one here, I mean, it's happy days.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, he'll be looking. Angelo will be looking to, you know, make a bit of a name for himself, like you say, fighting on these shores as well. Want the opportunity to fight on other shows, so he'll be looking to give a good showing. So, yeah, it makes it interesting.
It's an aggressive opening from Gully as he comes forward, letting his hands go again, and he's not fighting like a fighter that has 7 wins but only 1 knockout. Do you think that's playing on his mind a little bit? He does want that the next KO to come. Don't let that play on your mind. But when you've only got 1 and you want to try and get a couple more, do you think that's maybe an explanation for quite an aggressive start, and if anything, potentially leaving openings for his man to get past him?
Yeah, maybe slightly too aggressive. But like we just said, he'll be looking for you know, to put on a statement performance. So he needs to just, you know, get this first round out. Now the first round come to an end, you know, he's got that out of his system now, and hopefully he can settle down and, you know, start to break his man down.
Talk to me about the first round of fights. You've had a few of them. You've had a few first rounds yourself. Talk to me about the first round. And what does it do for a fighter mentally? Just getting through it. You've got the adrenaline, the ring walk, any energy that may take out of you. You know, running to the ring, waving your hands around, etc. You've then got to settle and remind yourself of the job at hand. What does getting through that first round entail as a fighter?
I think the first round's always interesting because you get to feel the strength of your opponent. You get to, you know, have a look, find your distance and what have you. But yeah, you've got to settle down and yeah, the first round, it's a big round because, like I said, you've got all the anticipation leading up into it. So the first round, yeah, like I said, you get to feel your opponent's strength a little bit, have a little look at them, and then go from there. But yeah, it's definitely key not to try and force it too much.
Well, you saw Gully there just sort of let on to a couple of people in the crowd. So I guess that is just kind of calming down into it now, like you say. Back to the job. We've appreciated that everyone's here. We've let them know, etc. And straight away now he's coming forward, and again it's that energetic start, quick 1-2s, pushing pushing Angelo back a little bit, and all of a sudden Angelo not so keen maybe to throw back as quickly as he was in the first round. Yeah, that was a good shot. That it was a long left hook followed by the backhand. He landed that a couple of times in the first round as well. So that looks a good shot, and yeah, I think he felt that one. What he's doing, Angelo, seemingly from where we're sitting, is rather than stepping back as Gully really starts to tee off. He did get hit with one on the return, but he started to tee off there, Gully. But what Angelo seems to be doing is he's not moving backwards, he's leaning backwards, and sometimes that can allow an aggressive fighter to lean over you and sort of let those hands go. Yeah, leaning back. He's already, you know, imposing himself, Gully, and that was a good combination he just let off there. And you can see him a little raised smile, so he's starting to enjoy this now, and he's starting to land more frequently as well. Yeah, great three-piece combination there, ending with that right cross from Gully Power. Right landed on his man as again he gets a jab through the guard. And he's just going to walk his man round again, as we saw with Elliot Whale in the first fight, taking those breathers in the middle of the ring, keeping Angelo Turco on the outside, making him do the distance walking, if you like. Keeps the guard up, then drops it and comes straight. And Angelo just second-guessing himself there on a couple of punches. Harry. Yeah, I think this has been a much better second round for Gully. He's really imposing himself, landing more frequently. His distance, look, it's nice boxing. He's dropping back there and then looking to counter. It looks good. The punches now that are coming through from Angelo, they're just landing on gloves and arms, and I think he's managed that quite well. Just going in for the clinch, and again they're getting in, getting out quickly. He's managing that distance really well, Gully. So far I think his corner, they've got to be happy with this second round. Yeah, definitely be happy with this second round. Looks like he's settled down, he's picking his punches better. His hand positioning, his distance looks good. Look, slipping and rolling on the inside there. Yeah, it looks comfortable. He's getting into a nice groove here. Good jab there. Yeah, look, good strong left coming straight across as Gully pushes his man again back into the corner. Harry, if you're Angelo now in this position, what do you do? How do you try and get out of this situation? Great body shot.
That was a lovely body shot. He felt that body shot. For Angelo, I don't know. He needs to keep his hands high. I mean, he's lunging in there, coming off balance. He looks uncomfortable here. He needs to jab with a bit more authority, keep his hands coming back nice and tight. Yeah, but he's going to. He looks like he's finding this round a lot more difficult than the first.
Yeah, Gully Power certainly taking control in this second round, and you can only imagine of this 6-round contest, if rounds 3, 4 and 5 go like this, maybe we don't get to round 6. But his corner sits him down, and listen, I don't speak French or Belgian, but I think I can see his coach saying just calm down. I'm not sure calm down is the right thing to take. A couple of great body shots from Gully Power in that one. That's really going to take the wind out of your sails as well.
Yeah, definitely some lovely body shots there and some good head shots as well. So it looks slightly disheartened there. So I think Gully just keeps that going.
The old adage of chop the trunk and the tree will fall, certainly being worked here by Gully Power. Up next, Casey Benjamin, another local favourite, will step out. We've got that fight to look forward to as round 2 break comes to an end. Round 3 begins to kick off.
10 seconds.
Gully Power up nice and early. It's a good sign of confidence when a fighter does that.
yeah, good sign of confidence. He looks in good shape. He looks confident. He looks happy.
Well, will round 3 continue in the way that round 2 ended? Gully Power straight to the middle of the ring and again goes for the body, goes upstairs in quick succession. And it certainly looks to be carrying on the same, Harry Scarf.
Yeah, definitely. He's come out there again, finding this groove.
I think the difference, we were mentioning Angelo in that second round, leaning back. But in this situation where he's allowing his head movement to move, Gully is stepping back, and that's allowing him to tee off those shots that we just see there. He gets the combinations, and when Angelo swings, because he's taken that little step back, Gully just has that extra fraction of a second to see it come in and move out of the way. It's making him look very, very slick in there as he lands a good left hook on Angelo Turco.
Yeah, definitely. That little drop back, off a step back, it's a lovely way to make your opponent fall short and then get your counter off. Like you said, with Angelo leaning back, don't allow your feet to go with you there. So you're off balance and you're in a position where you can't really go anywhere when you lean back. So yeah, that step back's working good. Another good shot there, lovely backhand. Angelo looking to hold on a little bit there.
Yeah, that can sometimes be the tricky bit, lining up that second one to follow, but when you've got your man sort of haunched over against the ropes, that's the perfect time to unleash that backhand, and he did that. Pure precision, Gully Power. Maybe you just want to see the legs start to go of Angelo, though. He's showing one thing you can say about Angelo, he's taking some heavy shots, but I've not seen any form of anything to make me think he's on the edge. You know, there's nothing there yet to make me think he's on the brink, albeit it is still in the early rounds.
Yeah, not quite yet. I think another round like that second, you know, he'll take some breaking down. He won't be ready to go. That was a nice backhand, but that was a good shot back from Angelo there, and then again from Gully. Needs to just not try and force anything, you know, just keep breaking him down, sort of systematically breaking him down, and then that's when Angelo will start to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good exchange, that Gully coming out on top both times, but Angelo firing back, and whereas before that the shots were maybe getting a little lazy, a little weak from Angelo, they certainly weren't in that exchange just before, and Angelo, although he was firing back, Gully was able to throw those cross rights as Harry Scarf picked up, and when they land like that, they do. You almost expect the man to fold as he lands again. Just got to be careful there as his man tries to turn his back there. You don't want to be caught hitting on the back of the head, but he's still, Harry Scarf goes back to patient mode, stalking his man, making him do the long walk around the ring while he stays in the middle, catches his breath, and again goes downstairs and upstairs. A little bit of a trademark now in this fight. Gully's pushing his man to the corner, taking time. Left to the body, left to the head. It's frequent, but it's working, Harry.
Yeah, I think Angelo Turco there is just trying to. He was throwing a couple of shots around the back of the head, a few on the inside there where they're coming into the clinch as well. Just trying to frustrate Gully Power into getting into that, throwing him off his game. I think that's what he was trying to do there slightly. You know, he just needs to stick with it, stay settled, and break him down. You know, not getting involved in any of that, because that'll favour Turco.
Gully Power certainly running away with this one on our scorecard. Elliot Whale kicked the night off. The first fight, though, the super welterweight contest, was ended at the end of the second round, right on the bell of the second round. Fernando Mosquera deemed in no position to continue, with Gully Power certainly showing levels in this fight. Up next, we've got Casey Benjamin against Berman Sanchez, and Nick Leahy for his debut ends this part of the stream. We've got a few fights left to come then. And then we go into the Wasserman prospects as Tom Well and Sultan Zauerbach and Matty Harris lead the charge as the fights go live on the zone. It's a huge night of European action here in Telford. The fighters are drawn to the middle, and we go again in the fourth round.
Yeah, really fired up here, Gully Power again. So let's see how this round goes.
I think every round starts exactly the same from a Gully perspective, commanding that middle of the ring, pushing his man to the ropes. And you think it's just a matter of time before he pushes him to this corner, goes body, goes head again, but it's really working. I think Angelo tries to do things a little different every time, but Gully's able just to manage that element of the fight, make it go his way.
Yeah, absolutely. He's managing this fight comfortably. But I think if he wants to get the stoppage, though, and wants to break him down, and he's going to have to stick to not looking for one shot, you know, stick to, like I said earlier, systematically breaking him down. You know, not getting into any of these scrappy exchanges. Needs to keep it crisp.
I said before, Turco was maybe second guessing himself a little bit.
Lovely shot there. Turco coming up with his chin high in there again, and Power taking advantage of that.
That's really the key to the sweet science, I guess, Harry. You know, we hear all these phrases about hit and not get hit, which is significantly easier said than done. But when you see that chin for a split second and you're able to land on it, that's really where the keys lie, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was, a case for Turco there. Coming up, he was in an exchange and he's come out with his chin high and his hands low, so he offered the perfect target to Power there, and he took it, landed a couple of nice shots as he did that.
I'm not sure if these mics are picking up the thudding sound of the shot, certainly to the body that Gully Power is landing, living up to that surname of his as he throws them in and sort of forcing Turco back. And one thing that you've got to say about a guy with such a big record, despite it being a losing record, is he'll have been in with a lot. He's very durable, 33 losses, but only 6 of them have been knockouts. So he is very, very durable. He's got that in the camp, but he's clearly fearing the Gully Power, not wanting to get involved in those exchanges and happy to be made to walk the long way around rather than get into exchanges, because they're hurting.
Yeah, they're hurting him, but he's having slightly better round here. I think I'd like to see Power just get behind that jab a little bit more, really control that distance. He's, I think, like he did in the second round in particular, he's a little bit more comfortable there, I feel, Turco. He's throwing back as well.
Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, Gully Power, again, commanding the ring, but as Harry Scarf says, the second round the most successful. Certainly no question of who's winning every round. It was that second round where he was really able to tee off and show his power.
Definitely, no question of who's winning. He's controlling the fight, but if he wants to get that stoppage against a tough, durable opponent, then just got to keep picking shots like that. The body work there was lovely. Body work, and then needs to come back up. Just set everything up. I'd like to just see him set it up with the jab a little bit more.
Oh, some strong left hook.
Lovely left hook there. Fainted to go to the body and then brought it up to the head. That was a lovely shot. Lovely shot for Gully Power there.
Great shot to end the round for Gully Power, left landing right on the chin. Harry, is it disheartening in any way when you land a shot as powerful as that one and you don't see any form of reaction from your opponent? There was no buckle, there was no... To his credit, Angelo Turco carried on coming forward, albeit not throwing back.
Yeah, he's durable, but I don't think you can get disheartened by anything like that. You land a good shot, you've just got to keep following it up. A lot of these opponents, they are very durable. You're not going to, and it stands you in good stead for when you are fighting, in championship fights, because you're going to hit kids with good shots and they're going to be there throwing back. They're not going to fold. You just got to keep going. Just keep hitting them with more of them, and then eventually they should go. Because I don't care who you are, if you're taking shots like that left up, we just saw there, then you are eventually going to go.
Absolutely.
Accumulation with something like that, definitely.
Absolutely. Gully Power, by the way, 15 seconds before the end of the break, he was out again, just showing that little psychological edge. I'm rested. I've heard enough. I don't need any more. I just want to keep this fight going. And if you're the man in the other corner, certainly knowing that you're down, it's just an added little
lovely jab.
cut.
Lovely jab, snapping the head back there with Angelo Turco again.
Good punch selection, you've got to say, from Gully Power, able to go up and down. And if the last round was a little less intense, maybe that's just him getting a breather, do you think, and beginning to tee off again. He's certainly a little bit aggressive there.
Yeah, I think it was a good round. I think, like you said, Turco is very tough and he keeps throwing back. He's not going to be easily disheartened here.
Fired back a good strong right there against Gully Power.
Yeah, that off landed.
Just reminding his man that he's not completely out of this fight, albeit Gully Power not phased anyway, and goes back to pushing his man back and letting those hands go again.
Oh, good body work again.
Happy to focus on the body is Gully Power.
And there you go, lovely jab. Let's see just a little bit more of that.
Good head movement as Gully Power just walks his man around the ring. Unfortunately, though, you do get caught every now and again if you're going to try that.
You do get caught just off that, maybe a little bit too much, but yeah, just move that head, stinging with that jab, and then look to go up and down like he has been doing.
Once again, Gully looking to force his man back on the ropes. Does that, tees off. Continues to stall. Turco keeps trying this uppercut. I've not seen it land too many times. Just allows Gully Power to come back in and throw a couple of shots as the gaps inevitably open up.
He is strong and compact though, Turco, and like you said, he's coming back with little shots there. His chin's up in the air again as he comes in, and he does throw, but he is happy to keep throwing back at the moment. That was a lovely couple of backhands that went in there from Gully Power though. There seemed to bother him. He held on for a moment then.
Well, we said at the start of this fight, Gully Power would want to put a statement out. Local crowd, young up-and-coming fighter, he's certainly doing that, giving value for money.
Oh, lovely shot, lovely left hook to the body.
To those fans that have come tonight. And as Harry says, oh, good combinations.
Yeah, picking some lovely punches there. That was a lovely combination against the ropes there. Long backhand to the head and a lovely left hook to the body. Seemed to bother Turco there. I think you can see it when shots are landing like that. They are definitely having an effect. You can see it on the Turco. You can the body language. You know, you can see his demeanour's changed slightly. And yeah, that was a very good, strong finish to the round for Gully Power there.
He does have little waves, it seems, Angelo Turco. Little waves of confidence where maybe a shot's not landed for 30, 45 seconds and he's had that little breath, and maybe that's his opportunity. He'll come back in and try and throw that uppercut in the hope that it lands, and then that allows him to springboard onto a follow-up combination. But the movement from Gully Power is almost as impressive as the aggression, the head movement, that I'm not going to let you get away with that. He's almost expecting it. It's any form of plan that Turco has, it seems that Gully is anticipating.
Yeah, he's anticipating well. I think he tried to drag him into a little bit of a tear up there in the round before and make it a little bit scrappy, but he was picking some lovely punches there, so that was good. It'll be interesting here. He'll be looking to finish strong here, Gully Power, definitely.
Yeah, and he's leaning forward, and as Harry Scow said, he's going to look to finish strong.
Yeah, just landed a couple of good shots there as well, straight at the start of the round. You know, following up the impressive end to the fifth.
So some good shots here, and as the arena begins to bring more of local crowds in, Gully Power will start getting familiar as a familiar name. He lands a good shot there, cross right, straight on the button of Angelo.
Long left hook followed by that straight right. That was a good shot again, something we picked up on earlier. It's a good shot for Power, that is.
And if Gully Power can end this, certainly if he can end it early, but if he can finish this round off and take every round, he'll look to move quite quickly, you would imagine, keep the momentum up on a fight like this. He's commanding well, coming forward, no back steps from Gully Powers. Again, he lands to the body.
There. He landed a lovely jab, snapping the head back, and then just drifted into distance and landed a big left hook to the body, and another one there. Look, as Turco backs off there in a bit of pain. And again, this is good. This is good power. This is good punching as well. There's some meat on these shots. Good. Looking to hold. He's uncomfortable now, Turco.
It's not a nice place to be when you're uncomfortable, and there's a good minute and a half left in the round, Harry. And I think if Gully can make the most of this, maybe get that stoppage and get another one in that.
He's hurting him. He's had a good. This is a very good round. He's hurting him. He's picking his punches really well.
It's more of a sustained aggression round. That second round we saw, it wasn't wild, but it was fast-paced. It was relentless coming forward. Whereas this is just controlled aggression almost. He's picking his shots really well, but he's not allowing himself to get involved in a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. He's not getting involved. He's picking his punches really well. Not rushing anything. He's landing. He can't miss at the minute with these shots. Just needs to follow him up now, maybe a little bit. And I think Turco is definitely feeling these. He's not happy in there.
Turco does throw back. A little bit of success there. That just gave him the wind to try and throw that straight right. Nothing to affect Gully Power, who again walks his man down onto the ropes. Oh, it's a very, very good right hand there.
Yeah, great right hand.
Very well timed. And Turco, although he is coming back, there's no power in them. There's an uppercut lands and then a
that
body shot
again. He's really, really having a lovely sit round here, picking some great shots.
He's having fun out there. There's another downstairs, upstairs lands by Gully Power. He's going to try and finish this body shot to their head again. This is a strong finish. Turco's going to try and tie up for these final 10 seconds. Can Gully get the stoppage?
Very strong.
Throws in, he's looking for it. I'm not sure it's going to come.
Holding on
as a tie-up.
And I don't blame him. He took some heavy shots in that round. That was that was impressive. That was an impressive final round. Shows his, his fitness, and he's carrying that snap later in the fight. Because Turco was a good opponent. He was a good opponent, and he wasn't there to roll over.
It's a good win for Gully Power, you would imagine. As the scorecard comes up to Paul Booth. Turco talking to his corner. Gully, he sort of signals to the crowd. He knows what's coming. And the crowd, they are getting vocal behind us. They know what's coming. And we throw over to Paul Booth for the official decision.
Yeah, that was a good spiteful display from Power there. Like you said, only the one stoppage on the 7 wins, but he showed he can punch there. Sometimes these records
do speak. I think we're just about to see that record updated.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 6 rounds of boxing, our scoring referee decides the bout. Peter McCormack has it at 60 points to 54 points in favour of the winner. He is still undefeated Wolverhampton's Gully.
Gully Power moves to 8-0, and as his shorts suggest, the relentless Power does the job again. You were saying, Harry, a good win for the Wolverhampton man.
Yeah, good win. Like I said, picked his punches very well there. The second round was very impressive, and the closing round in the second. And I was saying just before the result there that Gully Power, with only the one stoppage on his 7 wins, it does look like he punches. He does look like he punches though, and he was hurting his opponent there. That was a very good display.
Well, as his career goes on, you expect those knockouts to come as more strength comes, and this is just a natural progression of a boxer, I guess. But listen, I mean, Harry, we go from a couple of young fighters there, 8-0, well, 8-0 moving to 9-0 and 7-0 moving to 8. A little bit down the other end, if you like. Next, Casey Benjamin, well known on the scene. Casey Benjamin, another local fighter, will be looking to put a show on for local fans. We're being treated so far.
Yeah, definitely being treated. I know Casey Benjamin quite well. He boxed a stablemate of mine for the Midlands title in Derby, actually, and he boxed well that night. He won. I also seen him box. It was Dalton Smith, wasn't it? That was correct. That was another good fight, and I've done a couple of rounds with him as well, Casey Benjamin. So yeah, looking forward to this. Looking to get himself back out by the looks of it.
Ranked number 11 in the super lightweight division in the UK, Casey Benjamin did of course lose to Dalton Smith. As suggested there, Dalton Smith of course looking like one of the top talents in the division globally at the moment. So no shame in that. Casey Benjamin looking to come back and rebuild that, despite having a couple of losses on his record. This is what boxing's about. I mean, you know yourself, it doesn't define your career anymore. We're not looking at Floyd Mayweather's, we're looking at sport, and at the end of the day, Casey Benjamin looks at this and thinks he gets a good win tonight. He's right back up there. He's 11th in the country.
Yeah, exactly. Good win tonight. You're only a couple of fights away in this game from boxing for bigger bouts and really turning the career around. I think, like I've seen in my career, you've just got to stay working hard, and then the opportunities will come. And if you're working hard and you believe in yourself, you'll take them. So yeah, I think Casey Benjamin could be doing that himself.
I did actually have on my notes, Harry, that you'd sparred him before. He has sparred yourself. He sparred Tom Eggington. He's sparred David Avanesian, which there's a lot of credentials in those names that he's fighting. He brings a lot to the ring. Casey Benjamin. What kind of fight are you expected to see from him next, given that it's local crowd, given that it's, you know, he's looking to make a statement again? Do you expect power, wanting to come out and put his man away early, or what you know him better than I do? What do we expect?
Yeah, like I said, he's been around for a while. He's mixed it with some good people, Casey Benjamin, and he's a good fighter in his own right. So, and you know, this is, I have to see. I'm not sure about his opponent too much, but he'll be definitely looking to put on a good performance. You know, get a stoppage. You know, announce himself sort of back in line for another title shot or something like that.
Jordan Dujon, man that you know, we said his name would come up. He's boxed Berman Sanchez, the man against Casey tonight. Let me tell you another name that Berman Sanchez has fought, Jorge Linares. So he's got a little bit about him as well.
Yeah, so yeah, he's been around as well, and got 22 stoppages out of 30 wins as well, and only been stopped a few times in his losses. So yeah, it'll be interesting to have a look. But you know, Casey Benjamin's a good lad, and you know, we'll be looking to put on a good display here, definitely.
Yeah, good night of boxing here ahead as Abass, Baraou and Sam Eggington top the card in EBU Super Welterweight European title action. What a fight there. I've been speaking to numerous people around the venue, around the arena, around the card this week, and I've heard it's going to go this way, and then I've heard it's going to go that way, and Abass is going to win on points. No, Sam's going to knock him out, or Sam might win on points, but Abass might knock Sam out. But Sam doesn't get knocked out, so neither does Abass. So it's one of those pick-em fights. Also on the card, we've got Wasserman talent, Dan Howard, Matty Harris, Sultan Zauerbeck, and Tom Welland. Let's just pick for a moment, Harry, the Matty Harris fight of all the ones to land on. We've kind of touched on the others already tonight. Matty Harris, really hotly tipped heavyweight. There was everything going his way, numerous first-round knockouts. Then he has a blip in Edinburgh and gets knocked out by a guy he's not supposed to get knocked out to. Tonight's his first night back. He's got a new camp, training with Peter Fury. It's not just a 2-week job where he's been in there just to get the name. He's been in there for a good couple of months now. What do you expect from Matty Harris tonight? Statement to try and get back on the horse?
Yeah, definitely. It's a case of back on the horse and practicing some of the things he's been doing with Peter Fury. I saw the link up between Matty and Peter Fury, and I rate Peter Fury as a good coach. And yeah, I remember when Peter Fury was coaching Tyson, and they used to come down to Derby, to Clifton's Gym, One Nation in Derby, and used to see Tyson Fury sparring with Dylan White was actually one of his sparring partners at the time. So this is going back some years now, and you know, I used to do a little bit with Fury as we were coming through the ranks. But yeah, it will be good. It'll be good. It's a good team, good setup, perfect really for a young heavyweight and a young promising heavyweight like Matty Harris. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he's gonna show that he's been working on.
Peter Fury, of course, a man, as you say, they're working with Tyson, certainly knows his way around the heavyweight division, a stable name in British boxing. And look, if Matty Harris is going to fulfil the potential that many have seen within him, then there's not really a better name to have in that corner. Do you think tonight he needs the knockout win? Do you think it's that kind of fight where you're so hotly tipped, you're doing really well, you have a blip, do you need to come back out and finish your man to make a statement to say you're back?
I think in heavyweight boxing, if you're going to make a statement and you're a promising heavyweight prospect, then yeah, really you want to be making a statement. You want to get the stoppage. So yeah, in my opinion, heavyweight boxing, I'd like to see him get the stoppage tonight, definitely. But it will be good to see him implementing some of the things that he's been working on. But yeah, ultimately the stoppage should come, really.
We spent some time with Peter Fury and Matty Harris in their gym up in Congleton the other week, and Peter was saying he doesn't want a first round knockout, wants to see what his man's got, wants to see a little bit. I don't know whether he's going to get the test or not tonight, but doesn't want to see that early stoppage. However, it is back to business at hand. Casey Benjamin against Berman Sanchez is the fight that's up next, 6-round super welterweight contest. We throw over to Paul Booth to walk our men to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for rounds of the evening. We're scheduled 6 rounds of boxing. Firstly, to make his way to the red corner, La Cobra, Berman Sanchez.
I got $500 in cash in case they don't take Amex. She wanted to see me, so now I'm headed to the index. Sorority house, she snuck me in. She tried to keep quiet, couldn't hold it in. I mean, the bill was
his way to the blue corner, Birmingham's Casey Benjamin.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Sauerland for Wasserman Boxing now bring you a scheduled 6-round contest. Timekeeper ringside is Martin Fallon of Wolverhampton. Upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this contest is Kevin Parker of Newark. Boxing out of the red corner, he's wearing pink and white this evening. Scaling at the weigh-in at 155 pounds 11 ounces. He has 30 career victories, including 22 big wins, going inside the scheduled distance. He now boxes out of Girona, Spain, via way of his native man, Agua, Nicaragua. Introducing La Cobra, Berman Sanchez. And standing across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing solid white shorts this evening. At yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 150 pounds 9 ounces. 17 victories, including 6 wins going inside the scheduled distance. Standing proudly as a former Midlands area welterweight champion from Birmingham, Casey Benjamin. Referee Kevin Parker with his final instructions.
Gents, you both know the rules. I expect a clean fight. So obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. For the first round.
Great trade fight underway here. Casey Benjamin and Berman Sanchez in the super welterweight division. Another 6-rounder to kick us off here in Telford. Joined again by Harry Scarf. Harry, we were looking through a little Berman Sanchez fact file a moment ago. He's fought Jorge Linares. I'll tell you a little bit more about the man in the opposition corner tonight. His nationality is Costa Rican. He resides in Spain, but he's from Nicaragua. This is a well-travelled man. On his record, 30 wins, 51 losses, 4 fights. Calculator quick time says that's 85 fights. Casey Benjamin, who's looking to make a statement is maybe the wrong word, but show that he wants to compete at the top level. He's been in against the likes of Dalton Smith. He's got a man here. If he can put this guy away, 85 fights in, the guy knows his way around a boxing ring. It's some statement.
Yeah, definitely some statement. He's, like you said there, he's got some credentials. He's very tough. What these South Americans are like, they are very tough, and they can cause some upsets themselves. Like I said, 22 knockouts out of 30 wins as well. So he'll be able to punch. To say that's the last thing to go. So Benjamin will have to be careful of that. And coming out to final curtains for his ring walk. So I think that is what Benjamin's intent is here. So he's intending for curtains for Berman Sanchez.
Yep, a few people picking up on that ring walk. So it's a good choice for ring walk song. One that I've not heard for a little while, but it's always nice to give you that energy and, like you say, a little statement of what's to come, maybe. Listen, Berman, he's boxed some names that we know on the British circuit. Jordan Dujon was one. Travis Waters was another, of course. Travis Waters on the Wasserman Show in Sunderland at the end of last year, put on a good display. He's fought Jorge Linares. I just can't get over that. Jorge Linares is one of my favourite fighters of all time. He lost that night, but there's no shame in that. And he's coming with intent here, and both fighters landing there. I like the way this is opening.
Yeah, this is opening well. I think, like I said, Casey Benjamin's coming out to make a bit of a statement. Definitely looking to get on the front foot, impose himself, and looking to land heavy shots. But you know, Sanchez is looking to fire straight back as well. And when he's firing back, his punches, you know, they sound weighty. So you know, this could open up.
Yep.
I'm interested to know as well if Linares did stop him or not.
He did.
He did.
He did in the third round back in 2013.
Yeah,
Linares.
What a fighter though, Jorge Linares.
Back in 2013, would that have been around the time of the Anthony Crolla double fight? I'm not sure, maybe around that time.
Yeah, it would be around that time, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. So yeah, when he was very much a prime Jorge Linares.
First round coming to an end here. It's been a good little trade as Casey Benjamin lands with a strong right, just to let his man know. And as Harry Scarf was saying there, both fighters throwing with intention. There is a little mark, I noticed it, a little mark on the right cheek of Casey. He received that really early on in the fight. Now, listen, you play in the rain, you get wet, that's going to happen, but maybe he wouldn't have liked to get that kind of mark so early on in the fight. And it just, again, we talk about statements and ring walks and what the music tells you is going to happen. Well, the man he doesn't know that song for a start, I assume, and secondly, he's got his own mind here. Like you say, he's not coming just to roll over and make up the numbers either.
Oh yeah, he doesn't look phased at all. You know, he's seen it all before, and he'll have seen opponents like Casey Benjamin, you know, trying to stick it on him. He'll have had that before as well. So you know, this will be interesting. This fight, you know, obviously Casey Benjamin just settle down a bit, just break him down.
Well, after a comfortable first round for both fighters showing that they're able to trade. Just being sent to the neutral corners real quick. The referee just having a quick word with Casey Benjamin. Not too sure what that was about, but either way, we're underway here in the second round. Casey Benjamin, he'll want to pick up the win badly tonight on a Wasserman boxing card. Channel 5 and DAZN to come. He'll want to show that he wants to get back around that scene and in that mix. Steps towards the man Sanchez. Just slightly cautious. There's nothing wrong with that. Just reading what his man's about. He's throwing good lead jabs there, letting the second hand go when he needs to, Harry. It's calculated. It's a very different fight from the Gully Power one that we saw a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's more calculated. I think that just shows in Casey Benjamin's, you know, experience. He's got the experience. He's fought at top level. And you know, this is exactly what he needs to do though. He needs to just break his opponent down, and yeah, not try and rush everything. Just dishearten, you know, Sanchez, because I don't think he looks a tough opponent. He's not going to be easily discouraged with one shot. You know, he needs to break him down with some nice boxing, and yeah, really use this as an exercise of boxing and then punching.
Sparred with some of the world's best, as Berman has been in with one of the world's best. But now they face off against each other, neither man wanting to take a step back. It's one of those where it's the inside fighting as much as the outside. They're both ducking their heads, pushing forward. Neither of them, you're not going to get this double jab, move, sidestep. It's not that kind of fight. They're both going to come forward and throw those big heavy shots. You wouldn't be surprised to see an early finish. But Casey, again, am I seeing it wrong, or is that right side of his just marking up a little?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, there's some sneaky little shots that have gone in from Sanchez, but that's some good body work there from Casey Benjamin. You don't like that body work.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to hang in there too long, because he's got his shots are nice and short from Sanchez. You know, when he fires back. But yeah, this body attack's really quite impressive.
Yeah, Berman tucking up. Almost inviting that body work in and then letting the hands go up top. Trying to anticipate when they do come in. Casey resorts to the uppercuts, which that's the inviting shot, isn't it? The uppercut, when a man's tucking up and putting his hands high, the uppercut is kind of open because you have that gap down the middle. And if Casey can land some of those with the heavy shots, then, well, you are going to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, definitely. I think his guard's good at the minute. He's trying to, you know, I think working that body's a good plan for Benjamin. If you can work the body and then start to bring the shots up through the middle and around the sides. But yeah, Sanchez he's been around, and he's always looking for his own shots as well. You can see that the way he's positioning himself. You know, he's always got his balance. He's he's rolling with the shots, and he's looking to fire back as well. So yeah, he'll need breaking down for a couple of rounds.
Two Billy Goats go head to head. There, neither man taking a back step. Casey's comfortable in there, as is Berman. Neither one of them will feel like they're losing this. I'm slightly leaning towards Casey for being more aggressive. Like you say, he's working that body well. But at the same time, is it a strategy from Berman Sanchez just to allow those shots to come in, to let Casey tee off, and in doing so, open up gaps that he can exploit up the top? That certainly seems to be the way. I don't think either man is anticipating the stoppage, but they're waiting for that opportunity to take it should it come along.
Yeah, I think Sanchez is happy there, tucking up, not looking to move too much, and then, like I said, be in a position where he can come back with some sneaky little counters. But yeah, Casey Benjamin is controlling it. He's winning. He's controlling the fight. But yeah, Sanchez is in it still, and he's not broken his will yet.
Over 100 fights combined for these two warriors as they step again in the middle of the ring, and the third round gets underway. He's on his toes again, is Casey Benjamin. Cardio's not a problem here. Good movement up top, just trying to find a way through. But man Sanchez, his physique maybe doesn't look like that of a man that can move, but he's happy to show that he can do that as well. Cardio's not an issue here. And they both throw that jab and land at the same time. Casey looking to close his man down, takes that front foot, but the man is not going to be maybe as easily guided as we saw Turco in the last fight, or Mosquera in the opening fight of the night.
No, definitely not. He knows his way around the ring. You can see that.
Casey looking for those gaps, and again works the body really well. Thudding shots to the ribs, followed by that uppercut as the gap appears to open. But Berman again lands an uppercut of his own, and a good left hook there as well.
Yeah, just stayed in front of him a little bit too long there, Benjamin, and he did land a nice short little uppercut. But there's some good body shots. It's a good little exchange, that.
Great conditioning work for both of them, both taking heavy shots, but it's Casey now certainly got the upper hand as he pushes his man back onto the ropes.
Lovely uppercut there, lovely bit of movement as well. That's where he'll discourage him, when he's landing them heavy shots and then moving off, so he can't land them little counters. Then that'll really discourage Sanchez, because then he's having no success then, you see.
Spoke to you about it before, Harry. Much better position than I'm in to talk about what disheartens you as a fighter when what's going on in the ring. But if you're having a little bit of success in throwing these little counters, as you say, but all of a sudden that's then taken away from you, that's your main form of offence and it's now gone, is it then hard to try and figure out a plan B when you've got a fighter like Casey who's not giving you that time to think?
Yeah, definitely, and I don't think Sanchez at this stage of his career is looking for anything other than that. So that is what will he won't have a plan B, in my opinion. He's looking to land these little counters, and as soon as if Casey Benjamin takes that away from him, he keeps landing heavy shots like this as well, then he'll start to dishearten him, and then maybe force a stoppage.
Well, certainly a fan-friendly fight at the moment. Neither man running away, both stepping forward, both throwing those heavy shots.
Yeah, Benjamin's in a nice groove here. He's landing some lovely shots. He's hurting this round. This is the first round where I think he's really hurting.
Yeah, just starting to slow down Berman Sanchez, the well-travelled, high fight card opponent here tonight. Absolutely no backstepping him, but he is taking some hard shots here to the body and to the head as Casey lands another good lead hook.
Yeah, he just opened up there, and Casey Benjamin landed a lovely lead hook as he did. So again, if he's getting hit when he's trying to open up with his short shots, that's going to discourage him again. So very good round here for Casey Benjamin. Good third round.
Yeah, you fancy all rounds so far to Casey Benjamin?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely all rounds. And that was an impressive round, that one.
Huge night of action here with Wasserman Boxing in Telford. It's European action. Abass Baraou taking on Sam Eggington for the EBU European Super Welterweight title. Also in the Super Welterweight division, hot prospect, probably the hottest of prospects, Dan Howard from the northeast, taking on Frank Madsen as he looks to move up through the ranks and really establish himself as a name on the British scene. And then it's the comeback for Matty Harris. Last time out in Edinburgh, things did not go according to plan as the heavyweight took his first loss, the heavyweight from Leamington. Since then, he's regrouped and come back with Peter Fury, no less, to work on that heavyweight action. We still have action here, though, before we get to that business. As Casey Benjamin and Berman Sanchez
Seconds out, round 4.
step up for round 4 of 6 in this super welterweight contest. And again, it's straight to the middle of the round, middle of the ring. And Casey Benjamin this time just taking a moment, just having a minute, just to suss out his man. A little bit of a standoff there before they started throwing.
Yeah, a little bit of posturing there at the start of the round, but you know, I think Benjamin's in full control now. I think he knows that, he'll feel that after that last round, and I think he was just letting Sanchez know that he's going to be in for a tough round, to be fair.
Is that the kidology? Is that the, you know, we spoke about it before, Gully Power stepping up 15 seconds before he needed to. Is that another mindset that says, I'm not going to throw straight away, I'm winning, you come and take it from me if you want it?
Yeah, I think he was saying there, like, I'm stood here right in front of you.
Do something.
Yeah, do something. Yeah, definitely. And he didn't do anything, so I think that tells you how he's feeling after that last round.
So if you're Casey Benjamin now, who again gets back to work on the body then the head, Harry, what do you do? Do you think, right, I'm going to ride this out and take the win, or do you think Mr. Sauerland's sitting right there, I'm going to try and stop him in front of him?
Yeah, more of the same. I think it was a very good aggressive. Look, he's coming out aggressive. He's definitely trying to stop his opponent here. Definitely. I think he felt him dip slightly in that third round, and again he's making him very uncomfortable now. The first couple, he was looking quite comfortable. Sanchez, you know, catching shots, but he's eating a lot of these shots now. And look, there's less counters. There's not many counters. Them short counters we were talking about have gone now. You know, he's happy to tuck up. So yeah, Casey Benjamin here just needs to keep doing more of the same, and I think he'll be a round or so away from stopping him here.
Yeah, 40 years old, Berman Sanchez. You came out looking to show that he had the cardio, but at some point that is going to go. However, like you said earlier on, Harry, power is the last thing to go, and he's got a good knockout record, and he is showing there, Casey, look, I'm going to let you do the majority of the work, I'm going to let you tee off, but as soon as I see that gap, I am going to throw back at you. Yeah,
oh yeah, he'll still look for the odd shot now and again, but this is good boxing. That was a lovely uppercut while Sanchez was on the ropes there from Casey Benjamin. You know, he's landing some lovely crisp shots.
Good strong work from Casey Benjamin, who of course entered this fight as the favourite tonight, pushing his man around and starting to exert a little bit more dominance. Casey Benjamin, of course, no shame taking a loss to Dalton Smith, but he'll want to get back on that. He's previously called for fights with the likes of Sam Maxwell, who also lost to Dalton Smith in one of the knockouts of the year, you have to say, in that fight. But both men will feel that they've got a lot to offer to the scene, and they're not done yet.
Yeah, I think Maxwell retired after his last one, but yeah, Benjamin.
He did. Excuse me.
Yeah,
he did. Couldn't have got it more wrong.
I'm sorry to pull you up on that one, Chris, but yeah, no, Maxwell's retired. But no, I think there's some good fights there at 140. Definitely, you've got Azim, the Adam Azim. I know he's looking to probably move on a little bit, but you're only a couple of good wins away from, you know, getting hot on the heels of these big fights again. So,
well, another man in the 140 division in the UK, of course, Callum Sauerland speaking about Harlem Eubank earlier this week, linking him to a Lewis Ritson fight. It's a division that's lively, even if Sam Maxwell has retired. Maybe he's going to come back, who knows? Yeah. But that's a division that's lively.
Yeah, it's a lively division, like you just said. Harlem Eubank. I know Chris Eubank Senior was talking about him moving up in weight to welter, but I'm not sure if that's his plan. You know, I don't think Harlem Eubank wants to step up to weight and mix it with the likes of myself. But Casey Benjamin, someone like that will be someone, you know, 140 that will. That's not a bad fight. And like I said, there's a couple of other names around it as well.
Casey Benjamin teeing back off. It's not Sam Maxwell, Dalton Smith or Harlem Eubank in front of him tonight. It's Berman Sanchez, the man from Nicaragua, whose nationality is Costa Rican, now resides in Spain. And between the two of them have over 100 fights, including Jorge Linares on his record. It's a great trade fight, this. It's a really good one to see. Dalton Smith, Casey Benjamin has still got it. He's showing that he's still got it here. He's going downstairs and upstairs. He's punching at will, and he's now punching through the guard there, which is just great to see. Casey is going through these gears. He carries on like this, thudding body shots. Yeah, I'm half expecting a knee to come at some point now from a very brave Berman Sanchez.
Yeah, brave from Sanchez. You know, he was looking to fight in the first couple of rounds. I mean, he's still fighting now, but he was really looking to, you know, settle down and throw back in the first couple. But you know, he took that away from him now, Benjamin, and yeah, he's breaking him down nicely. Even when he lets his hands go, he's tucking up, and he's not holding his balance quite the same as he was in the early rounds. You know, looking to get his own shots off. He's just tucking up, happy to, you know, ride the shots out. Coming back with a left hook there, though, as I say that.
Yeah, the two of them go head to head again. No backstepping even at this stage from Baman Sanchez, but Casey Benjamin, he's ridden through the worst of the storm, you get the impression. And now again he shows his man, do something, say something, but instead it's backward steps this time from Baman Sanchez.
Well, good shot, body shots. There's a big left hook to the head, and then downstairs with 2 body shots. They all come through the guard, I think they did.
Yeah, you can feel them from here almost, and you know, you're sort of wincing as they land when it's that kind of thudding from a few feet away from you.
Yeah, you could really feel them shots. You could hear him, the thudding shots. So yeah, he's moving a lot more as well here. Look, you know, a bit more erratic, trying to stay out of the way. Sanchez
again targeting the rib cage. Casey Benjamin, he's comfortable in there now, and this inside fight game really suits him. Casey Benjamin, you can see that he's happy to put strength to strength, so to speak. Good shot again from Casey Benjamin. Best time landing with the hook. Happy to stand up close. Going to the body again. His uppercut slight coming through, maybe from Sanchez, but you get the impression, Harry, that even if they land, they're not doing anything. When you get to this stage of a fight, you know, it's got to be something that really out of the ordinary to win it back into Sanchez's favour. Just don't think that's going to come.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you know, he sort of beat the fight out of him a little bit, and like we just said, he's looking to survive more and more now. So it's another good round for Casey Benjamin.
Up next in the welterweight division, it's Nick Leahy from Evesham. He's making his pro debut. We're going to speak all about that in a moment. Making your debut is always a daunting task, but listen, you've got to do it to get to any level of the sport. Let's have a quick moment on Nick Leahy, who'll be right now feeling that adrenaline, you would have thought. He knows he's minutes away from his debut. What goes through your head? Do you remember your debut, Harry?
Yeah, I remember my debut. Yeah, I was in Derby, in my hometown, so this is a big show for Nick Leahy to make his debut on. Yeah, you've always got the nerves, you know, your debut. You hear some horror stories on debuts and whatnot, and it's just something you want to get out of the way, and then you can really settle down. I think that's the way it is with your debut, really. But you want to look good, but it's very much one. When I say to some of the fighters in the gym or the debutants I've spoke to, it's just something you need to, just get your debut out of the way, then you can really settle into your career.
Absolutely. Nick Leahy will be doing just that next. There's respect, though. Casey Benjamin and Baman Sanchez, who touched gloves ahead of going toe-to-toe for one final round, and going toe-to-toe is exactly what they do, as Casey Benjamin again looks to exert himself. He's physically stronger, he's landing the better punches, and all the odd one is coming back. Ultimately, it's Baman Sanchez who now realises maybe he has to get out of the way, because these relentless power shots from Casey Benjamin are going to keep landing, as the short uppercuts do, in just as high number as the powerful ones through the guard and to the body do. It's a good, strong finish from Casey Benjamin, who again works that body well and just throwing in good number. Very well conditioned fighter, Casey Benjamin. He's not tired at all. It's been the same steady pace throughout this whole fight.
Oh yeah, landing with some really good shots there. Just opening up, less and less coming back from Sanchez, and some really meaty shots going in there from Benjamin again.
Casey Benjamin, he is going to look for that finish if he's giving it. But Baman Sanchez, as tired as he does look now and as body worn as he will be at 40 years old, you have to give him the respect that's due. That number of fights, he's done this before.
Yeah, definitely. He's a tough, crafty veteran. You can see that. You've seen that throughout the whole bout, and he'll know that this is the last round, and he'll know that you know, the end of the fight is near. So I've
got to give it to him, Harry. There's not been as many clinches from him as I thought maybe there could have been. You know, you talk about the experienced fighters; they tend to be wiser to the, you know, to the game and how to hold out and see. And a common tactic is hold, clinch. You know, tie up, use your strength. Even if the other guy's stronger, once you've got them in a clinch, it's very hard for them to get out of it. It does zap your energy. But I've not seen that really from him at all in this fight.
No, he's made it a good watch, keeping his hands free. You know, not looking to clinch, and then he's letting his hands go a little bit more now. But there you go. Look, as soon as he opens up there, he just took a lovely long backhand off Benjamin there.
These will be the kind of rounds that fighters like Casey Benjamin, he'll just want it to last forever, really. This is the moment that you sort of seek as a boxer. You know you're comfortable in there, you know you've won, you know there's nothing coming back from you, man, and you can just enjoy the moment a little bit. And he's letting his hands go, and even there, like, the odd one does get through. It's not gonna phase him. Straight onto his toes on the front foot again, Casey Benjamin.
Yeah,
and able to land that 1-2.
Bit of target practice now, but
yeah.
That was a decent little hook and short 1-2 there, coming back from Sanchez. Like I said, Sanchez will know this is the last round, and he's looking to. Yeah, that was a entertaining little fight. That was.
Yeah, good trade fight. We called it right from the off. Casey Benjamin and the man Sanchez. So far, so good. The two pay respect. You always knew it was coming. You saw that at the start of the final round. We know which way it's going. Again, it's a good, solid fight though, and Casey Benjamin will have appreciated that tonight. He wants to get back on the scene. He wants to show that he still has something to say at this level of boxing and beyond. And he'll have done himself no harm whatsoever with that kind of performance. Good for the mind, good for the body, good for the career.
Yeah, definitely good for him. That very good for him. Just about to go to the decision now.
Paul Booth to announce the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our scoring referee Kevin Parker decides the bout. He sees it at 60 points to 54 points in favour of the winner. There he goes, Casey Benjamin.
Every round goes to Casey Benjamin, and as such, the local crowd appreciate him. Yeah, he steps in the middle of the ring for his victorious photos. Good step. Where do you see Casey Benjamin going next? Do you think it's long before we see him back on the main cards of these kind of shows?
I think he'll want a title fight. You know, he won't be looking to waste time. He'll want to. I believe he'll be wanting to fight for a title in his next fight, really. So it's just where that opportunity lies, and yeah, I think that's what he'll be looking for. That was a good run out there against Sanchez. You know, Sanchez was a tough opponent. It was a very good workout for Benjamin, and probably just what he needs going into a bigger fight again. But yeah, he won't want to waste any time now, Casey Benjamin. He'll want to box and fight for a title next, definitely.
Well, next up, Nick Leahy makes his debut. Paul Booth going to announce.
This is Howland for Possible Boxing, now being a scheduled 4-round contest. First boxer to make his way to the red corner from Carlisle, Jake Osgood. And now to make his way into the blue corner, for the first time ever, as a professional boxer, from Asia, Nick Leahy!
Well, just listen to the noise and the ovation for debutant Nick Leahy. Got to give you those chills if you're him walking to the ring. It's his first fight. 0-0-0 at the top of his record, and one of those O's tonight has to go. He's going up against Jake Osgood. 38 losses, only 1 win. But don't let that fool you. If you're in Eggington, you will be found out at this level if you've not got it already. And would you believe Osgood's only win to date came against Logan Paulin. He's fighting from Brand 11. That's not Logan Paul, as in Hollywood, WWE, etc. Logan Paulin on the British boxing scene. Tonight is all about Nick Leahy. A moment he'll remember forever. It's the first time he walked to the ring as a professional, and he's now completed that part of the evening as he walks out to the ring for the first time as a professional fighter.
So we now have a 4-round contest brought to you by Mr. Salmon for Western Boxing. Timekeeper ringside is Martin Fallon of Wolverhampton. Upon the sound of the bell, Peter McCormack from Birmingham is our scoring referee in charge of the contest. Firstly boxing out of the red corner on the scales of 145 ounces, 11 ounces. He's wearing these solid red shorts this evening, and this tonight is fight number 42 of his professional career. The boxing out of Carlisle, Cumbria, introducing Jake Osgood. And across the ring this evening, boxing out of the blue corner, standing in a boxing ring tonight for the first time as a professional boxer. At yesterday's win, he scaled 147 pounds and 11 ounces. He's wearing white trimmed with green and gold. Boxing out of Eve, introducing Nick Leahy. Referee Peter McCormack with his final instructions.
Give the clean boys and my instructions all the time. That's your right, stop boxing to the step back. Once you walk to yourself all the time.
Good support for Nick Leahy there here. But with Jake Osgood, he looks fired up as well.
Yeah, that ring walk, the first time you do it as a professional, Harry, it's the goosebump stuff, isn't it? And I know that it's 30 seconds of your life. Do you know, it's no time at all, really. But at the same time, it's such an important one because it's what you remember forever. And he's started off with all the adrenaline and excitement that will bring, teeing off quickly. Do you want to tell him, go out and have fun, show your power, or do you want to say, calm down and just, you know, go back to what you do in the gym? I genuinely don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I think you've got to just try and, calm down and, treat it as, you are in the gym. Because that's when you really, that's where you're doing your best work. If you force it and let the occasion get to you, you can try and do too much. But it looks like he's settled nicely here anyway. He's picking his punches well. We don't look like he's going over the top or going mad with it.
Yeah, we said the same to Dan Toward actually in Bolton a few weeks ago as he made his professional debut. And we were saying that there's a number of little milestones that you've got to overcome that very first evening. You know, the first time you go to the arena as a professional, the first time I mean, even before that, the first time you wake up in the morning and manage your diet and everything else. But just having a quick look at Leahy here in the ring, he's eager to let his hands go, very, very fast hands. And okay, a lot of that will be fueled by adrenaline, but it's got to come from somewhere. And physically, he's looking very, very good in there.
Yeah, physically he looks good. He's letting his hands go, nice quick hands. That was good. Nice little double jab back there from Osgood. But it's the process of it. You know, going through the process, like you said there. But it's the first time, he's probably had his hands wrapped as a pro before a fight and little things like that. So, no vest on for the first time. And
Well, you talk about a learning fight here, especially the very first one of his career. And you saw just why there, as he's doing again in front of us, he's trying to look flashy and throwing those good, a good number of punches, a high volume of punches. But what Osgood is just able to do there, someone who's been in this game a long time, 38 fights, but only 38 losses, but only 4 by knockout. What he's doing is he's allowing him to expel that energy by throwing high volumes of punches. Then as soon as it stops, bang, double jab comes across the top, and that's the learning element of a learning fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Osgood will have seen this. You know, he's in against his opponent week in, week out, so he's seen this all before. You know, he's leaning back, he'll soak it up, and he'll look to come back with his odd little counters here. So this is exactly what these fights are for. They are learning fights, and they serve a good purpose. You know, people like Osgood, they do a good job bringing fighters on.
Yeah, happy to use the ropes to his advantage here, Osgood, as he leans back on them, but just moving quick enough to not let Leahy have all his own way. And we spoke about little milestones. He's just conquered another one. That's the very first round of his professional career boxed off. He's done the ring walk, he's done the hand wraps, and now he's done a round. And we were saying before about expelling the adrenaline and energy of that first round. Well, that's his very first round now done. He can now settle and say, right, okay, I've had a touch of the ball, so to speak. I've got used to it, I've got comfortable. Now get back to work.
Yeah, that's it. That first round's over and done with, like we touched on earlier. I think he might settle down a little bit more now going into this. Yeah, first round. It's all ticking boxes. This in his debut, you know.
Osgood not sitting down at all. Didn't even want the stool in the corner. And again, we speak about a learning fight. That's just another little thing that is such an insignificant act on its own. But all of those things that Leahy will see his opponent over there and think, that's another thing that opponents might do to try and phase me a little bit, is show that I've not affected them, and he's just got to learn these things.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, Osgood he knows what he's doing. He knows how to carry himself in the ring, and he's in good condition himself. So, you know, he'll look to fire back with the odd couple of shots, and it's for Lee not to get caught with much.
Well, we're in the second round of 4 here in the welterweight division, as Leahy looks to tee off. Again, Osgood just moving well. This is the last fight on this part of the stream before we head over onto the zone. First fight on that card will be Tom Welland, but we've got an even younger fighter here underway in Nick Leahy. Lands a good uppercut there on Osgood, just as he's moving backwards. Happy to throw one up and again going to the body and teeing off, but Osgood just reminding him you can't do that in the pros. If you start teeing off too much to the body, one will come back over the top. And
yeah, again there, just pushing out a backhand, Osgood off the back, and a little jab to the body. You know, he's going to give him sort of reminders. It looks like a you know, perfect type of opponent for your debut here for Leahy.
Yeah, much calmer second round. He looks to show a little bit more power rather than the high volume of punches. They were well placed, powerful ones from Leahy, getting around that guard and into the back of the ribs and the liver area. But Osgood happy to just walk it off for the time being. Not come back with loads, but more let his man find his way around the ring.
Yeah, you know, Osgood knows how to tuck up. Look, he's taking very little. He's catching a lot on the gloves. He landed a little 1-2 as he backed off there as well. Osgood, little right hand he pushed through into Leahy's face. So, you know, it's a good opponent.
Leahy just taking this moment in, pushing his man back. Now he's pushed his man against the ropes, and he can see Osgood tucking up well, and as Harry Scarf rightly says, tuck up well. He's done this clearly before. It's now the learning side of it. What do you do in this position? You've got your man where you want him of sorts, but you just took a great shot back there because you were going too low too much. Yeah,
he just stayed in front of him a little bit too long, and that was a good left hook, and he just followed it up. Osgood did with a good right hand. Just needs to just watch his hands. His hands are up, but they're a little bit leaky.
Yeah.
And again, Osgood firing off the ropes. You know, so he's giving Leahy things to think about here.
And that's exactly what you want in these kind of fights, is things to think about. Leahy showing good hand speed, showing good volume, but if you're going to channel them too heavy, specifically moving up the ranks again, you are going to catch some back, and Osgood's landed a couple back there.
Yeah, and it's different when you are getting hit with these, when you've got the small gloves on and you're getting hit with them, even with the small cupping shots for the first time. you feel them. You know, it's different to the amateur gloves that you wear.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot less padding. Like I said, he'll feel a couple of these shots coming back from Osgood. That's something you've got to get used to as well, because it's a slightly different feeling. I think, yeah, he just needs to pick his punches here, not stay in front of his opponent too much. He's trying to look for the openings, letting fast shots go, but he needs to, break him up, make a bit more of a more authoritative jab, and then look to whip the shots around the sides of the guard, you know, and use his angles. But yeah, he needs to, that's what I'd say really. He needs to start thinking about now. But Osgood came back with some good shots in the last 30 seconds of that round, so this will be an interesting little third, to be fair.
Fit as a fiddle, we've got to say. Jake Osgood doesn't sit down again. I think I even spied him doing a little bit of dancing in between the rounds there, so he's clearly unfazed by what's coming his way. But listen, he knows, you look at that record and he knows this game, he knows what it's about. He's not coming to lie down, he's not just coming to be a loss, but at the same time, he knows it's about Leahy teeing off. And again, we see that high volume of punches. It looks very impressive, but how much of that has landed? How much of that has got through, and how's he following it up?
Not a lot. That was better with the jab.
Better jab there, yeah, followed up.
Yeah, that combination though, like you said, there's not a lot landed off of that, so that's where, you know, the volume of punches and the fast hands, it needs to, that was a better shot there on the exchange, the end of the coming out of the exchange there. That's where he needs to try and catch those. That's good.
I think for a young fighter, I maybe don't mind the flurries. They're good for the highlight reels if you want to put on what you can show, but if you're following it up, and he's just caught a good left hook there from Osgood. And
yeah, just coming out that little bit high. He tried to think about a little flurry there, and he just paused for a second, you know, come out a little bit high. That was better. Step in, and he just needs to, after his punch, just maybe move his head just offline a little bit.
Osgood, for the first time, I thought just for a moment, looked a little flustered when that good one came in at the end there. He just thought, didn't really like that, and he had to move over. But again, the fast hands come in from Leahy.
That was a good uppercut. Yeah, that was a good uppercut.
There's no way of hiding when an uppercut lands. You can see it from, you know, when a fighter tries to get away from saying, did a jab land and it was on the gloves or whatever. But that snap back that you see from the head, there's no getting away from that. And now, if Leahy can follow up a couple more of those and show that he can do that whenever he wants to, then we're seeing those levels get moved through. Pushes his man back again to the corner, does Leahy. Again, the flurries come in, but again, the counter lands from Osgood. And at some point, if you carry on at that level, moving through that, they will start to catch a bit more. It's not going to come in your debut. I highly doubt the knockout blow is going to come back. But you know, if you start moving up to those title levels, then maybe it does come. Yeah, definitely. I think, like I just mentioned again, he just wants to move his head offline after his punch. You know, it's just staying stationary with the target. That's why he's getting caught with the odd counter from Osgood. Happy to engage there though, Leahy. And again, Osgood shows good stamina. And just waits. Osgood's anticipating it, just waiting. He knows it's going to come, and he waits for him to throw the flurry, and then goes with the left hook every time. And I think Leahy's corner is probably just going to bring that up to him. Like you say, Harry, the head offline, the step back, whatever it is, just to not let that comeback land. Like you said, he is coming with the he's coming back with the left hook every time as well, so you can start to pick up on that, read that, and look to, you know, counter that counter if you like, and then that's when you'll start to break these opponents down. But you know, it's all learning. Yeah. But it is a debut fight. You've got to remember for Nick Leahy, and it's one where you've got to overcome adrenaline. You've got to overcome the nerves that comes in, and the ref just reminded me, touch gloves here, because those are the little things that maybe you can forget in the madness of your debut. And listen, you can do yourself proud here because it's a huge milestone to tick off. His output alone will win in this fight. Oh, yeah, around the same. Absolutely, yeah. He's winning the fight, and you know, he's controlling it. But it's to get you just want to get your debut out of the way. Feeling, like I said, everything's new, and it's good. This I remember. You know, these lads that are on the circuit,
week in, week out. They know what they're doing, and until you've been in with them a couple of times, you have to figure it out for yourself at the end of the day. Remember my debut, Sonny Whiting, and you know his nose had gone, and the next minute he's blowing his nose all over my shoulder and stuff. You know what I mean? So they know what they're doing. They try and rev you up, wind you up, and make you make little mistakes and stuff. You know, and there's a few little tricks coming in here from Osgood.
It does make you think, Harry. If the Harry Scarf that sits here now next to me was to go back and fight the debutant Harry Scarf, he'd be picking mistakes out left, right, and centre. But you can only figure those out. Sparring can only take you so far.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if I look back, like I said, if I could fight me as a debutant now, I'd be confident of stopping myself. Like, you know, but like you said, it's learning. It's all a learning process.
Who knows? In 5 years or so, maybe it's Nick Leahy joining us on comms, Harry, and saying, "I remember my debut against." He's teeing off well though.
Yeah, good. That's a great shot. That's a great shot.
That's the shot he needed to finish that high flurry of punches. That's a really strong right hand. Yeah, as he lets the flurry go, overthrows that right, and Jake didn't like that. Jake Osgood.
No, he didn't like that. He was digging well to the body there. He was just moving his head off the line to the right hand side and whipping the right hook round to the body and the head, and finishing with a good long backhand, snapping his head back.
Yeah. Good final round this from Nick Leahy, arguably his best of the fight, and it's because these flurries come in, but he does get caught there, but he's not going to allow it to phase him, and if he can maybe land a couple more of those like a moment ago, he'll have the strong finish at least that he'll have been looking for tonight. That's a good right hand though that's landed by Jake Osgood. Came from nowhere, and I guess, Harry, again, you can provide more insight on this than I can. They're the ones that catch you off guard, and he'll be annoyed again with a good lead left hook there. Again, he'll be frustrated at himself for letting that land. You know, they're the ones he shouldn't have, but he lets the flurry go again. They're both looking to finish this fight strong.
Yeah, Osgood looking to come back with the left hook again there. He landed a couple of lovely shots there. He landed a good backhand and a good left hook. He's looking to fire back. It's a good finish, and it's a perfect fight for Leahy on his debut.
Yeah, plenty to learn from there. What to do after those flurries, and to just not let those surprise shots come through. You know, if you I can speak from experience. If anyone was able to have seen me personally, he's got a big black eye from the same thing, leaving a hand too low. It's what happens, and he's been caught there a couple of times. That's a great finish.
Shot, though. Both opening combination. Yeah, good.
He's just smiling on the low guard, Jake Osgood, between that. He knows that's what the fans came to see. Nick knows that's what the fans came to see. He'll take the win, Nick, surely on his debut now. Plenty to take away from that. And a good, solid debut. One that he can go back and watch and enjoy highlights from. I'm sure flurries, power shots, but also things to work on. That's a strong debut from Nick Leahy. And it's job done, you would imagine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that is. That's job done. There's against a good opponent in Osgood as well. He's offering definitely some things to work on and whatnot, and a few little tricks. But that was a good debut, and something he can build on now. And it's out of the way, like we said earlier. It's out of the way now. We can really get his teeth into his career.
Well, we await the official result as the referee speaks with MC Paul Booth. That'll be up here momentarily. A quick recap of these first 4 fights of the night. Elliot Whale taking a second round stoppage before Gully Power and Casey Benjamin taking decision victories, and seemingly Nick Leahy now to follow suit, the debutant, as we head in to main card action live on DAZN next. Kicking off with hot prospect Tom Whelan, tipped by none other than Manny Pacquiao to go all the way. The fighters come back to the middle of the ring. Paul Booth ready to announce, and we said one of the else has got to go. We're about to find out which one on Nick Leahy's record.
Ladies and gentlemen, our scoring referee, Peter McCormack, decides the bout. He has it at 40 points to 37 points in favour of the winner. From East
Cherish that moment for the rest of his career, no doubt. Nick Leahy moves to 1-0 as a professional. The debut is done, and he's taken a win. Harry, what a moment for a young fighter.
Yeah, what a moment. He's got great support here as well, so you know, when you're selling this amount of tickets for your debut, it's a big moment for you, definitely. So you'll be glad that that's done, and you'll be ready to go celebrate that now, and like we said, move on.
We have just received the word that Sam Eggington has arrived. As he takes his walk out. We've just received the word that Sam Eggington has arrived in the venue ahead of tonight's headline action against Abass Baraou, EBU European Super Welterweight title. Sam, before we sign off, let's just quickly revisit that fight as it is tonight's headline action. Mouth-watering is a term that's used so often in boxing, but this one really is.
Yeah, it is a mouth-watering fight. I can't wait for this fight, to be fair. And I don't often, you know, get excited for too many at the minute, because some of the fights, you know, but when you see a real 50-50 like this, it's something to get excited about tonight. So yeah, I can't wait for it. You've got a great clash of styles, and yeah, it's going to be a good fight.
Abass Baraou only has one defeat on his record. It was a contested Jack Pulkai way back in Germany 4 years ago. He disputed the decision, wasn't happy with it. It was a very, very close fight, tough one to call. He's long banished now. Since then, he's taken first round wins, good strong wins, good knockouts, but at the same time, fluid victories, both on UK and German soil, even Austrian soil. No less, Sam Eggington, we know why he brings 2 Fight of the Year winners. He lost one against Ted Cheeseman, but he's won the Fight of the Year twice. I don't know how you predict. Is it disrespectful to say it's a fighter against a boxer? Or, I mean, where'd you go with that?
No, I don't think that's disrespectful. I think it is definitely, a fighter, a fight boxer against a more pure boxer in Abass Baraou. You know what you're getting with Sam Eggington. He don't shy away from that either. You know, he's going to be in your face for the whole fight, and he's going to be working, and that's hard work in itself for a lot of boxers, especially someone like Abass Baraou. That's the kind of style where people want that bit more time, pick the punches, which is why I'm edging slightly towards Eggington, because he won't give him that time. He's gonna take that away from him, you know. So
a story that I've told a few times about Abass. I've been to a number of his fights. Sam Eggington, of course, here in the UK, very well known, very known what he brings to the table. Abass, on the other hand, slick boxer, fluid boxer. I saw him in Germany a couple of years ago against Brian Chavez, an Argentinian fighter. And for 4 rounds, Abass boxed him, couldn't get near him. In the 5th, he got clipped. Not enough to wobble him, not enough to knock him out, but enough to clip him and pee him off. And that made him stand and trade. And that's a dangerous thing to do against Sam Eggington if you get clipped.
Yeah, exactly. That's, you know, you ain't going to give him that time. If he wins, like you said there, in that fight, if that happens tonight, then Sam Eggington can drag him into deep waters. And yeah, we'll see if he can come out the end, because I think it will catch fire at some point. This fight will catch fire. It's either...
1-2, 1-2, 1-2. One, two, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. You have a try. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-3. Hello, Priya. How are you? 1-2. Looking forward to this.
1-2, 1-2.
I can't hear you. I can't. Can you hear me? No.
2, 1, 2. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Boxing fans, we have 3 minutes to reward. Start taking your seats, please, everyone.
1, 2, 1, 2.
3 minutes to reward.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, there you go, there you go. 1, 2, 1, although I can't now turn it down at all, it's too loud, so. 1, 2, 1, 2, keep playing with it if you don't mind. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Where it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, check, 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 right, yeah. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, check, check. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
One, two, 1, 2.
Ringside at the International Centre in Telford, and also extending a very warm welcome now to viewers joining us right around the world via the DAZN platform. Nessa Sowland for Wasserman Boxing. Now bring to a scheduled 4-round contest. First boxer to make his way to the red corner from Panama, Esteban Trocha.
Quien es el que puede ser el más
brings with him a perfect professional fight record from England, Atomic Tom Welland.
And where down we go, oh, where down we go, so where down we go, where down we go. Oh, you and your
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's our stacked night of action here in the Midlands. We're live from the Telford International Centre. Mr. Sauerland from Wasserman Boxing now bring you the scheduled 4-round contest. Timekeeper ringside is Martin Fallon of Wolverhampton. Upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this contest is Kevin Parker of Newark. Boxing out of the red corner,